Welcome to another lovely day of the great British weather. I don't know if anyone has been in Costco, but I've discovered something new even though I've been going to Costco for quite a few years. It is a caramel spread. And damn, let me tell you, that caramel spread is a thing of beauty, because if you add it to coffee... Now, I don't usually add sugar or anything to my drinks, but it's the one. Now, this is what's been done so far. So it's since last time you saw me do the insulation in the ceiling, and I started doing the boarding, and now I'm finished with both. I'm finished with both. I'm done with the boarding, I'm done with the insulation, and now it's time to start staining the ceiling so we have a bit of a nicer color. And then when the ceiling's stained, I'm gonna start putting battens into the wall. Now if you look at the walls, you'll see that I don't have any battens, but I put the vapor barrier on and the insulation and everything. So again, like I talked last time, it's a mistake and you learn from your mistakes. And I was also that has nothing to do with the fact that I don't have battens in right now, but I already had windows pre-installed from how the motorhome was set up originally, so I'm kind of limited with what I can do in here right now. But regardless, luckily, me being the social media slut that I am right now, I've taken plenty of pictures with me smiling like an idiot that shows the van bare bones, and I know exactly where the metal parts are and where the battens are gonna go. So yeah, we're all good in terms of that. So I don't know why I did that face, sorry. But what I need to do now is I need to do this thing, this massive skylight, because what happened is when I put the corners in, this corner here and this corner here, when I put the tank and groove in there, it actually goes in a little bit like a little square into this plastic, and there's a little roller here and on the other side. One's a blackout blind like this one, and the other one's a net. The other one slides out fine, but this one doesn't, and now it's stuck. Because those little corner bits of wood that are sticking out here, they're pushing on that roller. So first of all, this shroud is an absolute bitch to take off and put. Well, take off is not bad, but put on, absolute bitch. So now I need to take it off again. Somehow take off those little wooden corners without having to dismantle half of the fucking roof, and then put the shroud back on. So that's gonna be half of my fucking day, just putting that shroud off and putting it back on. But regardless, hopefully I can stain the wood at least once today, and then I can stain the wood again tomorrow on top. And I'm staining it with, let me quickly show you so you guys know, but I'm staining it with this Colron Beeswax Jacobian Dark Oak. Jacobian Dark Oak. Oh fuck. You know what I'm saying? I read it, you saw it. And I also got the flooring now, and the flooring is, don't actually know what it's called, but it's basically stick-on vinyl flooring, and it's this right here. It's probably best if I show it to you like this. This is it. That's the vinyl flooring. It's a nice dark wood, a little bit darker than the plywood that's on the floor right now. I actually don't know what color this is or anything. It just says brown. That's all it says, brown. But I'm not gonna be using this for the whole room, right? What's gonna happen is we're gonna have a bed at the back here, the height of the windows, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But the height of the windows is gonna extend, is gonna be a king size, so it's gonna extend into the van. So that fixed part of the bed is not gonna have any vinyl on the floor. We'll only have vinyl where there's no furniture. So very small bit of area here where we're gonna be walking, because the counters are gonna wrap all the way around like this. They're gonna wrap here underneath this window. We'll have a little like a sitting area here, like a single seat here, and then on the opposite side a single seat. The backrest for the seats are going to be supporting the slide out bit for the bed, and that's going to be pretty much it. So everything else that doesn't have furniture on top of it in terms of the floor, it's going to have that vinyl right there. So yeah, that's the plan. So now I'm gonna take that shroud off. I'm gonna start working on the shroud. Oh my god, I wish me fucking luck. Fancy seeing you here. Gonna have a few sips of this drink, prepare myself mentally. I'm gonna start dismantling that fucking shroud. Let there be light soon. The joys of Max Airfan. Possibility of manual operation. Don't know how many times I've taken this off now. Oh man. You know the amount of times I had to do something like this and I was like, I've already done it so many times, I cannot be asked to do it again. But you know why I do it again? Because when I think about it, when I think of my wrestling career, I did the same fucking thing for 14 years. And then if you really want to go deep, you've been living life. You've been living the same thing your whole life. How crazy is that? And I like to think of it this way as well. I journal, right? I journal in the evenings before I go to sleep because it helps me clear my mind. And what I do is I reflect on myself. And I know that if I reflect on myself in terms of how I've done for the day and I didn't do something that I knew that I should have done, I will be disappointed in myself. So when I do things, I'm mindful of the fact that I'm doing this mostly for my future self, because if my future self is happy, my future self will consistently try and make my future self happy, and I will never be disappointed with the past. And that will allow me to avoid two major things that everybody suffers with. First thing is being stuck in the past because of something that you didn't do right, or the decision that you made, or something that you're not happy about. And the second thing is you are stuck in the future in something that hasn't even happened or potentially will not happen. Overthinking, stressing, anxiety, all those things come from overanalyzing the future, which you cannot predict. You don't know what's going to happen in the next minute, you know? So thinking about the fact that I'm doing this for my future self right now makes me stay grounded in the current moment. And it makes this whole thing way easier. I did a boo-boo. I unscrewed a screw from one of these holes, and then you don't really think about these things, but I had this box of screws here, and the screw fell into this box of screws, and I cannot tell which screw it is because this is what the screw looks like. Basically, that's the screw, and these are the screws here in the box. They look so similar when you look at a massive box like that. Find the screw. If you find the screw, let me know in the comments if you did. Took off the ultra wide lens. Hopefully this is going to be a bit better. But now this, I took the screws off. Actually, before I do, I need to find the screw in here. I have found it. Nope, it's still not working. Need to unscrew more. Oh, go back into your hovel. Listen guys, you have no idea how hench my head is right now. I've been holding all these planks up with my head the whole fucking day yesterday. I even had bleeding. You see? I have a fucking hench head. I bet I'm gonna have some caramel stuck to the bottom again. So again, this is what I meant when it comes to learning with this. So, see this little roller? This got stuck because you see that little wood bit? It's resting on it. So now obviously it's not because this is loose. But once it's proper pushed in, it's like getting squished in there. So instead of taking all of these boards out, because in order to remove that board, which does go all the way around to be fair, but in order to remove that I have to remove this, and this board all the way across. Ain't nobody got time for that kind of shit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab the good old drill and I'm gonna drill a line along the edge of the corner that's pushing against the little roller, and hopefully it's just gonna fall off, hopefully. Okay, so watch me fail and learn again. Hopefully not. Hopefully I learned enough with this now. Listen, we live and we learn. I'm gonna unscrew more of the shroud. You know what's also annoying about the screwdriver? Is the fact that the concept of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty doesn't apply to removing the head. The more you know. One corner has been completed. The other corner completed. Don't find it easy to make these videos because I find it really difficult to find something to talk about unless I'm actually speaking to a client to help them out, because then I know the exact issue that I'm talking about, then I know the exact answers that I need to give to that person. When it comes to this, I'm not really sure what to talk about, except for asking you guys to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video, and ring the bell. The most cliche YouTube words that you can hear. The main thing is, as if this wasn't a big enough learning experience for me already, I decided to put myself into even more discomfort and make myself make these videos to give people some potentially humorous guidance on what they can do and need to do and should do if they want to challenge themselves and grow. Because I know what feeling stuck is like. I've been there, and I've been stuck in several different ways as well. Oh, look at that. It works. Just got a bunch of wood chips behind my shirt. Shit happens. That was actually so terrifying, I actually forgot about what I was talking about. Two different types of being stuck. There's a good stuck and a bad stuck. Bad stuck. The good stuck is the one where you are stuck in something that grows you as a person. And you could argue that everything grows you as a person, but for example, if you're stuck in a very abusive relationship, it does more damage than growth, regardless of what you say. You might come out of it a stronger person, but who says that you will come out of it? And it will potentially give you some really, really hardcore mental issues to deal with further down the line when you could have just avoided them. But besides the point, that is a bad stuck. Which one did I say first? That's the problem with not having a script, fuck's sake. Bad stuck, bad relationship, you get only negatives from it, right? Good stuck is when how I was stuck in wrestling for 14 years because that's all I knew and that's what my parents forced me to do. And I thank my parents for it because it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It made me develop the athletic mindset that I have today of perseverance and never giving up. Two types of stuck. Just to make sure that this 100% works. Yes, it definitely does. For fuck's sake, I have so much wood behind my shirt. It's itching like crazy. Told you there's gonna be some caramel left inside. Looks like a tiny human overseeing you. Here I am, back at my box like in the last video. But this is the talky spot. I'm about to talk some stuff to you. So be ready. What I was saying about being stuck is I was fortunate enough to be stuck in a good stuck. Some people are stuck in a bad stuck and sometimes so difficult to get out of it. And you need to know what to do to get out of that situation because it can be so daunting, right? You're stuck and you potentially don't want to say to people that you're stuck because you're embarrassed or you're too scared of the repercussions that might happen if you tell somebody that you're stuck. It really depends on the type of problem that you're having. What can help a lot is rediscovering your self-worth. Because if you have no self-worth, your worth will be what other people apply to you. You will just go with the flow. Go with whatever is given to you. That's not how it should be. That's not how you are supposed to live your life. And I know it's easier said than done, but you have to somehow rediscover your self-worth. You need to start talking nicely to yourself. Say the positive affirmations. Look after yourself. Do the meditations. Do the journaling. Go for walks. Just all these things. They seem so minor and they can be very uncomfortable if you're not used to them. But you have to do it to uncover your self-worth. You have to do the self-discovery work to know your worth. And your limit is the limit of self-worth. You will not push further if you do not believe you are worth to push yourself further. It's as simple as that. It's a really, really difficult, hard work. I talk about self-worth and all kinds of other things and how to build yourself and become better and grow yourself on my other social media platforms. I'll show my Instagram right here. You can follow it if you want to. You can also find me on TikTok if you want and Facebook. But yeah, self-worth is so important, man. You gotta build it. You gotta build it. And I know I'm joking around, building all this crap and doing nonsense, but man, self-worth is your limit of progress. If your self-worth is low, your progress is gonna only reach the top of your self-worth, which is going to be very low. Work on your self-worth, self-discovery, build consistency, accountability, discipline, diligence. All these things will work together in tandem. It will allow you to create good habits, good routines, good behaviors, create goals, create a strategy from those goals. It will allow you to align yourself with a vision, with a mission. You're just going to be pumped every single day and move forward and reach the things that you want to achieve. And you're going to make your future self and past self proud every single day, every 24 hours. You can do it. You can do it. I'm an example of the fact that it's possible. I've been a drug addict. I've been drinking almost every single day. Alcohol was my almost daily beverage, partying every day, even though I was thousands in debt. I had no job, and the first job that I found was 0-hour contract. So I was working crazy hours, night shifts, barely any work to be fair. Dropped out of uni, thought I was a complete failure, was going to crack houses, and I was surrounding myself with shit people. But look at me. Look at me now. 2 businesses. I help people change their lives, help people get shit done. I'm renovating a motorhome right now that I'm going to be using to travel the world with my wife and our furry baby, Speckle. It's just great. Life couldn't be better. I'm so happy, both mentally and physically. Every day is a challenge, but a challenge makes me happy and makes me grow, which is why I never turn it down. That's why I keep working my ass off with this van. Find something that's gonna push you out of your comfort zone. Enough of this mindset mumbo jumbo. It's time to look at the color on beeswax. Jacobian dark oak. And this is what we're doing. Gonna be using the wax. Does not look like that color wood, but we're gonna be using that wax to... Ooh. It actually smells really nice. I think the van's gonna smell lovely after this. We're gonna use this wax to stain all this wood above me into hopefully this type of color. Let's see how it goes. The amount of times I've hit my head on this walking past it as I bring the camera back and forth is ridiculous. Has anybody told you that once you go bald, by choice or not by choice, you just bang your head on so many things a lot more often? Something I've learned through painful experience. Pity me. So what we need to use with our wax is furniture cloths. Used to apply wood dyes, waxes, polishes, and oils. Helps produce a smooth, professional finish. No cloth fibers left in the finish. Some pretty good cloths, to be fair. I would like to have something like that in the kitchen as well. You know when you dry dishes and you leave all kinds of shitty, bitty residue? Sounds like you can fully avoid it with this. Oh, there's several of them. Oh my goodness. They smell nice. They smell like paper. Anyway, let's see how this goes. So I need at least 2 cloths, one for application, one for cleaning. Oh man, what's along the wood grain? I think I need gloves. You know this wax, this thing smells absolutely lovely. Lovely indeed. And that's gonna smell amazing. Mwah. Probably just kissed a bunch of wax, but it looks really nice. The color is nice. And I was actually wrong yesterday about the tongue and groove. It was actually really easy to put it together. Like you just slot it in, it was nice, screwed it in, nice and easy. After I learned how to properly fucking do it. But now the problem with it is, when I'm applying this wax, it's going into these gaps between the boards where the tongue and groove attaches, and it's really difficult to properly squish it around in those gaps. So positives and negatives when you get to all these things, you know, it is what it is. Another learning experience, isn't it? Listen guys, I'm gonna be honest, I've only done a couple of boards so far and I had to take my jumper off because it ain't easy. It's a sweaty work. I'm struggling. My shoulders are burning and I made this shroud dirty. But fuck it, my first build. Gonna make mistakes. Just gonna keep going until it's too dark to keep going. You know what's the worst part? I'll have to also buff this out. And then tomorrow, I'll apply it again. If I'm gonna be willing to. I might just actually leave it as a single coat. God, my shoulders are fucking hinge. Wow. Look at what's going on. It's black and white, just like all of our lives. Black and white, boring, no excitement, just comfort. Change it up, inject some fun into it, just like I will with the ceiling, by making it all black and even more boring. In all seriousness though, I think it looks pretty fucking good. There was a few bits where around the shroud I had to make sure that I don't stain it, even though I did stain it a little bit. But my wife's mom came over and she gave me the best advice ever. She said, use wet wipes. They actually fucking clean it, because I had it quite a bit smudged and it's still smudged. Didn't clean it fully because this shroud, the surface of it is almost like sandpaper. Like it has all kinds of little grooves and holes and everything, inequality. So the wood stain really sticks to it and it's difficult to clean off. But it cleaned off quite nicely. It's quite clean and it blends in with the wood quite well. And I'm halfway there. I'm done with the difficult part around this bit. And I'm almost done with the difficult part around here, almost halfway there. So once I'm done with this, it's just gonna be straight lines all the way at the other side of the van. It's gonna be nice and easy going. So I'm just gonna crack on. And if you stayed all the way up until now, I wanna thank you for watching my videos. It means a lot and I'm gonna try and put them out as often as I can. Share my mindset and accountability advice, and at the same time share my journey of building this van with zero freaking knowledge. Peace and love. Share, subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. I'm not gonna ask you many times, just if you like it, do it. And look after yourselves. I'll see you soon.